at it. I wanted to share that, man, I was thinking of this woman's video that I wanted to watch, but I couldn't remember her name. And she popped up on my, do you know how Facebook has like those 3 things now? And one of them is like it's like all these videos. And I'm not even sure how I'm getting these videos. Some of them are really weird and random. And I'm like, I made the mistake of popping on to that. And it was like, catastrophe after catastrophe after negative thing after negative thing. And I know that's what's out in the world, but you guys, I'm not tuned into that, right? I'm not watching the news, and I know we need to be aware of what's going on out there, but I really recommend like not getting caught up in all of that as often as you can. Like, I'm really all about be present, be prepared, but be present, because most of what you're going to see on the news is can't even say that word, horribilizing. There we go. I'm just going to call it horribilizing, but there's a different word too. Most of it is horribilizing, and it's making everything bigger. And it's also, most of it is going to be like future tripping stuff, right? Like, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. And like the second I turned on that station on Facebook, I like started having panicky feelings. I started having anxiety. And so I just got off really quickly, didn't find what I was looking for, and felt a lot better. So obviously you've probably already heard that, and you know, hopefully you aren't tuned into the news, but I just wanted to share because that literally just happened a couple hours ago, and it was so real and palpable. And it was like one video after the other, after the other, after the other. So we have to, if you're in this group, if you're on this call, then to me, that says that you are, you're here to be one of the people that helps others, right? Like, whether you are in a field of work that helps other people, or you just have a big family, you know, or you're like a helpful neighbor, whatever your role is, like, you're here to be a light to other people. And so, and I know that that's what I'm here to do. And so it's our responsibility to keep our vibration high. And that's kind of why you came tonight, was because we're going to do that for you. We're going to help you elevate your vibration. And I just posted a picture of an eagle, and like, that's really how we can be. We can be like the eagle that rises above the muck, because all of this down here that's going on, that we're in the middle of, is just muckiness. And we always have an opportunity to surrender to what is, right? That's, if you've been doing any of your own healing journey at all, or reading self-help books for years like I have, or meditating for a long time, then you know this already, but we need to come together to remind ourselves of this. Because you know, before it would be like, if you're doing yoga, like whatever you're doing on the mat, it's like when you go out into the world, you know, you'll take what you learned here and go out into the world. And it's like, this is a whole new world, right? None of us maybe ever thought something like this could happen, or it feels like we're in a movie. Does it not feel like we're in like a really bad movie? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, but we're in it, and this is our new now. This is our new normal in this moment. It's going to change. It's going to keep changing. But can you surrender to what's going on right here and now and be present? Because that's the only option we have, right? We don't have a lot of other options. The options are freak out and panic and be in fear like everybody else, or get grounded, get present, be in your body, be here, and like really surrender to what's going on, and really use the spiritual tools that you've learned or are learning, and do your best to rise above it. Now, that's not to say that I'm downplaying fear or any kind of emotion you're experiencing. I'm not saying don't feel things. That's an important part of healing, is feeling what's going on. But we get a choice about how long we stay there, right? So some of us, I let myself go into fear for a while, and I was future tripping a little bit. That's where my head was going. Like, I'm good right now, but what's going to happen a year from now or 2 years from now? You know, it's just like, okay, that's everyday life. I was talking to my boyfriend about this last night. That's everyday life. We never know what's going to happen, right? We could all have lost our jobs already. We could have all, you know, many of us have been through all these kinds of crazy things. So nothing is ever certain. And now it's just in our face. It's like all the spiritual teachings, all the stuff is in our face. And so it's really the time to like dig your heels in and really, you know, get present and be grounded. So I've got a lot of things to say. There's a lot of messages, feelings that were coming through for everybody. But the biggest thing, I'm just checking everybody's little things here. I'm just going to mute everybody. And I don't know everybody, so I just kind of jumped right in. So, but I should maybe just kind of introduce myself really briefly. And for those of you that don't know who I am, like I said, there's just so much energy that wants to come through. I've been feeling it for the last couple of hours. So yeah, hopefully I can keep it centered and make some sense for you all. But my name is Erin McGuire, if you don't know who I am. I'm a yoga teacher for, I think, 11 or 12 years now. I've lost track. And coach, intuitive life coach, and energy healer. So I use a modality called theta healing. I'm also a Reiki master. So I just like to say I'm an energy wellness expert, because I've been studying this stuff in the subconscious mind now for basically as long as I've been doing yoga, so about 10, 11 years, and working with clients one-on-one for the last 9 years. And then I started a group program called Empowered Women, and I have a program where I train people to do what I do. But all that aside, to say a couple things that none of you probably know about me, which is going to be funny because my cousin's on here, so she's going to know my grandma's house. But at our grandma's house, when I was little, we used to go garage sailing, my grandma and I, and we'd get these like boxes of, I called them the little things. It's like, it'd be like stuff you'd find in like McDonald's Happy Meals, and like little Care Bears, and sometimes it'd be these random tubs of toys, and we'd buy them all, and there'd be like G.I. Joes in there and ugly boy things, because I didn't play with that kind of stuff. I was, you know, that was for boys. And I used to make my friend Ashley, we'd line up all these little things, and I would be the light and she'd be the dark, and it'd be all the boy and the ugly stuff. And it used to be like, I would pretend, and it was all my idea, that the light was fighting the dark. And I don't know why that's like stuck with me, and I can't believe I'm sharing it publicly, to be honest. But because it's kind of random, but it's true. I feel in a weird way that I was made for this time, that it's my time to really be here and kind of be on the front lines and really be a way shower and a light for people right now. So I don't know what that means. I don't even know what that looks like. It's just what I feel. I wanted to share also that Yogi Bhajan, who brought Kundalini yoga here from India back in 1969, prophesized about this time. Literally, he said this in 1969, that the age of Aquarius, which is what we're in right now, people would either get really sick, die, or become awakened. And I remember in like my second or third yoga class, Kundalini yoga class with my teacher, she said this, and then she said, things are going to get really bad before they get better. And it like gave me a chill up my spine, and yet I knew it to be true, and I knew it was going to get really freaky and weird out there. And I kind of feel like the time has come, and it's kind of blowing my mind that it's here. Like, I don't know how to explain that other than it's kind of crazy, and yet I feel calm in it, and like it's all okay too at the same time. So that's a little bit about me that even some of you that know me probably don't know, because I've never really shared that. I may have shared it with Bethany. Hi, Bethany. I see, and Anna and Thad. Oh my gosh, I see so many awesome faces that I haven't seen for a while. So let's get into a little bit more of why we're here tonight. Like I said, if you're on this call, I'm just gonna move things around for a minute. make this more eye level. There we go. Like I said, if you're on this call, then I think you too have a part to play in this. And regardless, there's just a lot of negative vibrations on the planet right now, and we really do get a choice of how we respond to everything. That's always been our choice, right? Is how am I going to respond to what's going on? Am I going to go into fear too? Am I going to future trip and like worry? We all know all the sayings, right? Like, you know, worrying just creates more bad for you. It's really, really true right now that what we're thinking about, what we're feeling, our feelings are really important in this too, feeling and thinking. Even if it's for the future, even if you're telling yourself, I'm doing this to be prepared, there's being prepared now and like thinking about the future in that way. And then there's constantly worrying and future tripping and telling yourself it's to be prepared. So just don't do that, because that's not helpful either. There's nothing different between worrying and that, right? But basically, if I'm sitting here in this present moment, which is where all my power is in this present moment, and I'm thinking about running out of food in the future or toilet paper. Can we just make a joke about that? You know, God forbid, what if I run out of toilet paper in 2 months from now? What am I going to do, right? Say you're sitting here having that thought, then you're actually drawing that experience to you. I know that sounds freaky and I'm not trying to scare you, but in a way, it's like that's what you're doing, because everything is energy. Everything is about the law of attraction. So what I think, this isn't just a spiritual concept, it's an actual law, just like the law of gravity. There are laws in the spiritual world, just like there are laws in the physical world. If I pick up a chapstick and drop it, it's going to fall. If I think thoughts into the future about what am I going to do with my life, and if I'm going to have enough toilet paper, I'm going to draw those experiences to me, those fears. So maybe you've heard that a million times. I personally, in this moment, in this now, could hear it a million times more, because, you know, it's really important where you're putting your energy right now. And I'm a sensitive person. Who in here feels like they're empaths or sensitive people? I think probably a lot of you do. Yeah, so this week, every morning, I've woken up and it just feels like I've had the worst hangover of my life or something. Like I can barely move. I'm like, I just sit in my chair and it's like so heavy. And I just was like, I can't let this be my reality. Like, I know what it is. I'm feeling the collective, because guys, we are connected to everybody. Why is it that you can feel heaviness now when you're not even out there in it? Because you're a part of all. We are connected to every person on this planet, every single person. And so some of us just feel it now more than others, but everybody is connected, not just empaths. And so if we're not taking care of ourselves right now, I have some tips for you guys to get through this time, and then I'm going to do a clearing on you, okay? If we're not doing our self-care right now, and look, you might feel really unmotivated and really like not like you want to do this stuff. You know, who wants to like think about working out right now and shit's hitting the fan, right? Or sitting and meditating. But I cannot stress to you enough how vitally important and like non-negotiable it is, okay? Remember Yogi Bhajan's prophecy. People are going to get sick, die, or become awakened. So if you're letting yourself get caught up in the fray of what everybody else is doing, if you're on social media looking at all those scary videos that I was talking about, you're connecting to that panic and fear vibration, and it's going to pull you down. And you might get sick, maybe not with coronavirus, but maybe you'll get a really bad cold or whatever, you know, like to keep your immune system high, you've got to get out of that icky, yucky vibration. And so how do we do that, right? And I'm losing my voice for some reason. I don't know why. So much energy. So one thing I wanted to say that has really helped me this week. So I told you the first 3 days of this week were really heavy. I couldn't move. I was feeling lethargic. I was just sitting in my chair. It was all heavy, right? And then I watched a little video and it was like, keep your routines, because it was talking about people that were at home. And I think that's a really good advice. If you're at home, if you're stuck at home right now, get up, get yourself ready to go, like you would get ready to go to work or wherever. Put on your makeup if you wear makeup, do your hair, paint your nails if that feels good. If you're a guy, shave, put on something nice. If you're a woman and you like to wear jewelry, put on your jewelry. Get yourself ready to go as if you have somewhere to go, because that's going to help your mental state. And secondly, what I did was I made a promise to myself to move my body for 30 minutes a day. Now, that's going to look different day to day. And I was trying to look in my schedule. Okay, when's the best time to do this? Oh, I used to work out in the morning when I'd go to Orange Theory or I'd go to a yoga class. Now I can't do that. So when's going to be a good time for me? And it's changed day to day. And like today, I literally have not had any time except for right before this call. So guess what I did? I cranked up the music and I started lifting some weights and I did a little yoga and I got in probably 20 minutes. And just making that promise and then following through with it, even though I didn't want to, I didn't want to do that, has been hugely effective in me not having this heaviness feeling. So if you're a human being, you need to move your body, especially right now, because there's a lot of energy. If you're a highly sensitive person or an empath, guys, energy can get stuck in our body. And especially right now with what's going on in the world, we have to find a way to get that energy to get unstuck within us. And moving your body is really the best way. So there's a lot of different ways you can do that. There's lots of YouTube videos, yoga classes, but it's vital to you and to us, because we need you, to move your body and get this energy out. 15 minutes is awesome. I just committed to 30. I might not always get there every day. And then once you start moving, you'll probably want to go a little bit longer because you'll start to feel more energized. So I do have a Kundalini video. If you've never tried Kundalini yoga, it's pretty powerful stuff for grounding. And so I've put that link on my Facebook page. I can email it to you too. Just let me know. And so we're going to do some other things on here too, but I also made myself the note to tell you, meditation is the second thing. This is all number one. Make promises to yourself and then keep them. And the reason I say make promises to yourself and keep them is that when we say we're going to do something and we don't do it, we actually cause this disconnection in ourselves. And if we start doing that enough times over time, we stop trusting ourselves. And that's really bad. So, because when you don't trust yourself, then you're not going to be able to make decisions quickly. You're not going to be clear-headed. You're going to be second-guessing and doing this thing. Well, should I don't know. Should I do this? Should I not do that? Should I do this? Should I not do that? And it's just wasted energy. So even just making one small promise to yourself, even if it's like, I'm just going to move my body for 10 minutes. And then let's say the day's almost over and you're like, crap, I forgot. And right before bed, you do something for 10 minutes. Do you know how amazing you're going to feel about yourself? Trust me, because I've just done this the last few days when I didn't feel like doing it. And I was just like, shit, I did that. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to sit down. I wanted to rest. I wanted to zone out onto TV. I wanted to check out. And I did that thing anyway. And then I can check out later if I want. Checking out is also very important during this time because it's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of planning. It's a lot of preparing. So if you're feeling like, oh gosh, I just want to watch Netflix for 3 hours, maybe let yourself do that. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but get your other stuff in first, right? Like make sure you've checked your boxes so that you're good, and then let yourself check out if you need to. But monitor that, because that can start to become a little bit of an addiction as well. So as long as you're monitoring it, it's okay. It's okay to find a way to check out a little bit here. So meditation, if you don't know how to meditate, I have a video for that. I have videos for everything on YouTube. We are going to do, before I take you into the energy clearing, we'll do what I call my glow up exercise, which is kind of like a meditation. And I guide you through that. So you'll be in a meditative state when we do the energy clearing. That little glow up exercise literally takes about a minute, or as long as you want to take it. And that's one that I recommend doing during this time, because you're basically bringing in light and letting go of stress, tension, or negativity, which who doesn't need that right now, right? So we'll do that together so you'll know what that is. And then the last thing, again, this is all in number 1, making promises to yourself, is breath work. So first and foremost, I'm a yogi. I tried to deny that for a long time. I was like, I'm done being a yogi. I just want to be a coach and a healer. I just want to be a life coach. And it's like, I've come to the realization I'm a yogi through and through and through. And those practices are so important to us. And in yoga, we talk about pranayama, which is breath practices. And the breath is such a little utilized skill that we all have every day. And it's where I say that you can really access your power. In Sanskrit, prana means life force. So it's our life force, and we're only using like this little bit of it. And most of us are breathing up here. We're like, especially right now, you're in panic mode, you're totally breathing in your chest. You have zero access to your power. So you got to bring the breath down into the belly. So let's just all take our hands to our belly for a moment. And just take a big inhale and see if you can feel the belly expand out on the inhale. And then as you exhale, let the belly pull back in. So you may not be able to feel this at first. If you have not done any of this kind of breath work, you might still be breathing up here. You can take your hand to your heart too if you need to. But the chest should rise only a little. The breath should mostly be coming into the belly as the belly expands to make room for the breath. So just doing this, now I want you to take your breath really slow. So make it like to a count of 4 on an inhale, hold the breath for 4, and then 4 on an exhale and hold the breath out for 4. Just give that a try. So just counting. 1, 2, 3, 4 as you breathe in, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hold the breath out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a big inhale. Hold the breath in. Exhale. Hold the breath out. And then you just keep breathing like that. When you slow your breath down, you tell your body it's safe to turn on the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our relaxation nervous system. So if you're feeling like you're going into panic at any point in your day, just place a hand on your belly, a hand on your heart. If you're in a public place or whatever, which you shouldn't be, sorry, I can't help myself. Just slow the breath down. And then you'll tell your body, okay, I can relax right now. If you're breathing really fast, like that, the body's like, we got to prepare for panic, fight or flight, everybody turn on, get the engines running, right? So the body is like, shit, we're about to run or flee or fight or flee or freeze. And that's not helpful. So big inhales, really slow, counting to 4. Holding the breath for 4. Nice long exhales out. And then holding the breath out. Instantly calms me down. And anybody else feeling that? Give me a thumbs up. If you are. If you're not, don't give me a thumbs up. Don't lie to me. Okay, good. Good. So that's your, I can't stress to you enough that that is your strongest tool. And it's free and you do it all day, every day. You're just not doing it enough. So we need to expand on that. So that's the breath to calm you down. Now, what is a breath to do if we're feeling lethargic and like, oh my gosh, the weight of the world is so heavy? Okay, let's do that now. So I'm gonna have you guys stand up. Doesn't matter if your video's on, it doesn't matter if I can see you or not, it's okay. So this breath is called joy breath. So it's gonna make you feel more joyful, hopefully. And so you guys are all muted. So if you can, if you're in a place where you can be kind of loud, I want you to really let out some noise on the exhale, okay? So this is what the breath looks like. You go inhale, arms up, inhale, arms out, inhale, arms up, and then make sure you're standing about wider than shoulder distance apart. And then as you exhale, you're just gonna go, ah! And you're gonna let all the crazy out. All right, so you guys are gonna hear my crazy yell, and I want you to see if you can match it or be even louder than me. So I can't hear you, so I'm just doing this by myself. So I think you guys can do this. Doesn't matter how weird you sound, let it out. This is the energy I'm talking about that's stuck in you, this panic, this fear. You gotta get it out of your body or it's gonna make you feel heavy and stressed and gross and who knows, all right? Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale. Two more. Come on. Really loud this time. Last one. Woo. Then stand up, take your hands to your low belly, ground yourself down into the earth. Just notice what you feel. Do you feel energy moving? Do you feel energized? Maybe a little more light? Who in here feels good? Give me thumbs up. Or notices something different from that. Yes. All right, then this isn't part of my notes, but because I was just doing this earlier, I want us to do this. So what do you do after you do that? You gotta dance and shake it out a little bit. So we're just gonna shake some things out. Who's with me on this? Don't make me dance alone, people. I know Anna and Dad are down. All right, can everybody hear this? Okay. All right, so just start, yeah.
Connected to your parents' iPhone.
Just let it do its thing. It's coming. Maybe. There we go. So just, again, the reason we're doing this, getting energy out of your body that's stuck in there. Just shake it out. Good, just keep it going, last couple of seconds here. Good. Take hands to the low belly. Feel your feet, feel the earth underneath your feet. Take some clearing breaths. Good. So that was just a moment. That was just a moment of joy breath and a little shaking it out. I have this idea that I want to do like a global dance party because I think we all just need to shake it out right now. And that was really fun for me. So thanks for doing that with me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. So moving that energy out of your body, that's number one. You got to get it out because otherwise it will wreak havoc on your immune system. Okay. Number two, we kind of just did as well, which is ground yourself. I can't stress this enough. Staying grounded during this time is so vitally important. You can do that in different ways, kind of like with what we just did, you know, you just dance around or take some deep breaths and then just feel your center. Because when you're grounded, all grounded means is that I'm centered. I'm centered in my body. I'm not like all over the place, you know, and this kind of energy, it's going to make you feel very scattered. Like I said, I just turned on that Facebook video stream for a second and was like anxious and like, I could just feel like panic rushing through my body, you know? So just making sure that you meditate, and that's going to help ground you as well. But what we can also do, we can do it in this moment, is just place the soles of your feet on the ground, whatever ground you're on, and just feel that solidness underneath you. I did this with my yoga teacher trainers on Monday. Feeling that solid ground underneath you. Everything around us is uncertain, but one thing that is certain is that there'll be this solid ground underneath my feet. There will be this, the earth is going to be underneath my feet. That's one thing I know. So if we can stay connected to that and just put our energy there with like whatever is touching the earth, whether we're sitting on the ground and it's our bum touching or whether it's our feet, but getting grounded just by visualizing that, and then also doing your meditation, because that's going to bring you back to your center. And then, oh yes, I'm a little anchor meditation. This is why I make myself notes, because I forget things. And then the last thing is one thing you can do that will help you with the future tripping. This comes from Mel Robbins' book, which I've not read, but I just know it's in her book, called, shoot, I don't remember what it's called. But anyway, it's called, basically all you do is go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if I'm horribilizing about something, if I'm future tripping and I'm like, what's going to happen to my family? What's going to happen to my food, my toilet paper? Like I said, because we're making jokes here because it's fun. You got to laugh. You got to find reasons to laugh. If I'm doing all of that, I can literally just close. Once I catch myself, right? Oh, shoot. There I go again, future tripping. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then visualize that future event being peaceful. See yourself with all the toilet paper you'll ever need, but you're sharing. And all the food that you need. You're eating at your favorite restaurant. I mean, that's a good visualization, actually. See yourself eating at your favorite restaurant or flying to your next destination. And it's like, so the world is so much more peaceful. So create a little visualization for yourself that you can use when you go into panic. This isn't like playing pretend. This is actually a skill that's going to help you get out of that worry vibration so that you're not attracting that to you. Because the world might be fine. This is how crazy energy is, you guys. Trust me, I've been working with this stuff for a long time. The world might be fine in the future, but if all this time you have, and maybe some of you have a lot of time right now, if you're at home and jobs are on hold or that sort of thing. You're using all this precious time to worry about the future. The world might be fine, but then all of a sudden something will happen to you to attract that exact thing, right? Like, you personally won't be able to get any toilet paper, but everybody else has plenty of toilet paper for whatever reason. You could, you know what I mean? That sounds silly, but I'm telling you, and I know some of you on the call know exactly what I'm talking about, that we can literally pull these things to us very easily. So just, we want a clear vibration here, a really clear line of just, this is what I'm visualizing for myself. I'm seeing the world at peace. I'm seeing people come together through this experience. I'm seeing the earth heal. All these positive things we're hearing about, right? All of that's going on amidst this craziness. And that's not to downplay, the hard times people are having, but we are here to be a part of the, what do I want to say? The solution. There we go. We're here to be part of the solution. We're not here to be part of the problem. And so your job is to keep your vibration in alignment with that peace and that love that you're seeking for yourself. Yeah, sounds easy, right? Amidst chaos, no big deal. You guys have got this. Okay, so I just want to let you guys pop on if you want. So we're going to get into the energy clearing now, and what that looks like is I had some beliefs that I've already chosen and picked out for you guys that I want to clear. But I just want to see, is there any and a belief, it's just like a negative belief, like I need to control things. That's one that I picked for you guys, because what this situation is showing us is actually, it's showing us a deep truth that's always been true. Kind of what I said earlier, which is a lot of people are freaking out because we're used to being in control of things. But that was always just an illusion, y'all. You were never in control of anything. The only thing you were in control of is your thoughts, what you say, and how you act or react. That's all you've ever been in control of. And this situation is so in your face right now because you're like, what's happening to my things and what I need, right? And it's like, it's because you have control issues. Let's be real. We all have some control issues. That's normal. That's our brain. That's how our brain keeps us alive. It needs to see what's going on. It needs to understand. It likes things to be on autopilot. Right now, nothing is on autopilot, so your brain is like, holy shit, emergency situation here. So you're actually having to fight against your own biology too. But yeah, we're being shown that like all of our control is getting taken away, but it was never there anyway. So I just want you to ponder that, just that's like something to just think about and germinate on, like, what did I really have control over, really? I always used to say that like thinking you have control is like standing in a river that's flowing downstream and you're like, no, you will flow upstream. You will flow the other way. And the river's like, you're crazy, lady. So that's always how it's been. It's just now it's in our face. We have no control. We have control over nothing, but we never did anyway. So I'm going to help you release the energetic belief that you need to or have to have control. I'm going to give you the belief. So when I talk about beliefs, it's in our subconscious, and we didn't have a lot of time to go through everything tonight. This is just an hour call, but most of you probably have at least heard of the subconscious, and it's just where all of our junk gets held. And it's kind of like a really messy house. And so we need to go in and kind of clean some things up. I also talk about the brain being like a computer, and it gets inputted with all kinds of stuff that we don't need, usually from childhood, from our parents and their programs and beliefs and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that's enough to say about the subconscious in this short time, just to sum it up. There's a lot of stuff in there, and we don't even realize sometimes how we're reacting. somebody's phone I can hear, but I'm gonna just try to mute everybody. But if you can hear me. Oh, hi, who's ever speaking, could you just mute yourself?
I'm so sorry.
No worries, thank you. I don't think I can see everybody that's on here. I'm still learning how to work this thing. Anyway, okay, so anyway, yes, energy clearing, back to that. So those beliefs that you have, when I say beliefs, what I'm talking about is some of the stuff in our subconscious mind, okay? So I'm gonna clear that uncertainty is unsafe. That's a big one for us right now. Uncertainty is unsafe. Another powerful lesson, nothing has ever been certain either. It's just we've had an illusion of things being a certain way. And the universe, spirit, God, source, whatever word you use to describe the energy that is in control or guiding us, rather, it's just taken everything and flipped it up on its head, right? And that's the only way that was the only way our attention was ever gonna be gotten. Because humans do not learn from pleasure. I'd love for us to figure that one out. We could just learn from pleasurable things, but unfortunately we learn from pain. So everything's kind of being shook right now. Like our whole universe, our whole world is being shook. And I never ever in a million years thought it would go this way. But it's pretty crazy that it's happening. And so we have to learn to get uncomfortable with, get comfortable with uncertainty is what I was trying to say. We have to get a little more uncomfortable with it. And it's always been there. It's always been an uncertainty. There's always been uncertainty. So I'm gonna give you that belief. But what I wanted to hear from you guys, maybe just a few of you, just briefly, just pop on if you want, is there any kind of really heavy belief that you're maybe trudging through right now that you'd like to throw into the pot to be cleared tonight? And it's gonna be cleared for everybody. So anything that just comes to your mind? And it's okay if nothing does. Yeah, you'll just have to unmute yourself and then.
Okay. What you said about not following through with maybe whatever was on your schedule for the day, and then that leading to mistrust, that totally hit home for me. So I don't know what thought that or belief that might be, but.
Yes, I think we'll do trusting the self, and then as a positive, and then I can let go of second guessing. And
yeah, that's it.
That was it. What was the first thing you said? Not doing what is on your.
You know, like for instance, I'm a runner, and I'll put that at the end of my list, even though it's the first thing I should do. And it's the thing that will completely set the tone for my day. And then by the end of the day, I'm exhausted, and then I won't do it. And then it's this like vicious cycle.
Right. Okay. So it's like a thing about like not making time for yourself. I'm sure you're not the only one here that has that, right?
Yeah, it's that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Struggling to make time for self. Well, sometimes, you guys, we don't believe we deserve that, right? We want to take care of everybody else, and we don't believe that we deserve that same care and attention. I work with a lot of women that are like that, you know, that they'll do anything for anybody else, but when it comes to themselves, yeah. Anybody else have anything before we get started?
Hi, Erin.
Hi. Is that Bethany? Hi, Bethany.
Hi. One thing that kind of just keeps getting heavy in my world that I keep trying to clear is righteousness of the shaming of how everybody handles
Mm.
the
Ooh.
pandemic and the quarantine, and I'm seeing a lot of it on both sides. That yeah, so just kind of stuck in righteousness.
So you said shaming how people are handling the situation.
Yeah, like well, like I had a situation yesterday that I was working with a healer who is single and lives alone and in a metropolis, you know, a much heavier populated area than I am, and I had to go to Walmart and get food, and I had Hope with me. And I got this big lecture about how could I possibly have done that. And I got kind of stuck in that. I think whatever experience each one of us is having as our own human experience of it,
Yeah,
putting that other people have to have the same experience.
right. Yes. So the righteousness, was that more than for other people or for you? Like feeling
I'm
like,
doing it too.
yeah.
I'm
I think
catching
we all
myself
are, right?
doing it. Oh yeah, like,
I'm
and I,
here making fun of toilet paper. I mean, that's probably not the best thing to be doing, but it's,
but
I just have to laugh.
we do, and it is what's happening. And but yeah, I'm totally finding too that, like, you know, there are things that how I'm feeling about this when people are feeling the opposite, I'm feeling righteous and judgmental, and
Right.
I don't want to feel that way either, because their experience is their experience.
I love that. Thank you. Yeah, that's a good one. That's important. Anybody else have anything they want to add?
Hi, Erin.
Hi. Hi, Pam.
I don't know why it says Lauren, but anyway.
I don't either, but anyway.
Okay, good.
I know who you are.
I think I'm doing my best to stay mindful and embrace and accept the reality, but it's, I think for me, it's enduring acceptance moving forward with continued changes for nobody knows how long. And I think you put it beautifully that it's always been this way, but we are just a little bit, you know, misconceived with the reality, because it does feel like we can control so much throughout our day when our schedules are what we think that they should have been. But so now it's just we're living what's always been in a way that we've never experienced before. So with the newness and with trying to have people navigate as healthfully as possible and as calmly as possible, I think it's just keeping up with the next change, you know, and it's just as soon as I feel like, oh, you know, I'm accepting this reality and we just need to take it one moment at a time, then the next big change comes, you know, with someone saying, here's how you'll spend your day today. It's going to be this way. And so just that continued endurance for, you know, for however long this needs to last, you know, you know, and not having a time frame in mind that, oh, in 2 weeks or 1 month or by summer or by fall. I mean, we don't know. And so the more we're with, you know, just that the moment, then I think the better off we will all be.
I love that. Continued endurance. What a great word or words.
Yes.
And what popped through when you were saying that too, that I feel like is good to release, is expectations. Because we can't have those, right? We have to literally expect the unexpected. It's
yeah, milestones and extracurriculars are all, you know, on hold right now for God knows how long.
yeah. All right. Well, with that, thank you for those of you that put in some input there. And if anybody has anything else, you can always type it in. There's a little chat thing down below if you want to type anything in. So we'll go ahead and get started with the energy healing part of this. Like I mentioned, I'm a Reiki master. I'm also a theta clearer and healer clearer, whatever you want to call it. And what does that mean? Theta is a brain wave. So most of us are in beta, especially when we're in panic. We're in beta and the brain waves are like this, very fast. And then there's alpha that start to slow down. Everybody goes into alpha right as you're drifting off to sleep and right as you're coming out of sleep into waking. So those are actually two very important times of the day to program the old computer brain for what you want. Okay, so another thing I'm really trying to get away from is not checking the phone first thing in the morning and hopping online. So yeah, that one's a little bit harder to break, because sometimes it's how I've been telling myself I wake up, is like to get myself like bing, ready to go. So we got to find different mechanisms there. But and then theta is even slower, and that's what you're in when you're in a deep meditative state. So I'm trained to go into a theta brainwave very quickly, and from that place I work with the energy using these beliefs that we're talking about to clear those from your subconscious. So how do I do that? It's through a visualization, really. And oh, we've got something to add down here. I will get to that in 1 second. So I'm visualizing these beliefs basically changing in the collective consciousness of those watching, and then of anybody that listens to this call in the future. And so it's really just watching energy. It's all that I'm doing. I kind of mesh all of you together for a moment while we're doing this, and I just see it change for everybody at the same time. And then I'll say the same thing every single time. So it'll be like, I command a change of belief for everybody on this call and listening that would like it. Whatever the belief is, I'll insert it there. Why to, how to, what will happen if you do release this? It's safe to, it's possible. You know how to live your daily life without it, and you know what it feels like to live without it. If you'd like this, just say yes. Okay? At that point, you must say yes out loud in order for the vibration to clear. And that's good for you, so you know exactly what's happening in there, that I can't clear anything without your permission, okay? So I need to have your permission for that to happen. And then I watch the energy change, and then we'll move on to the next belief. And then I'll do a positive. We'll clear all the negative first, and then I'll do a positive overlying belief, or 2 or 3 for everybody. What else do I want to say? So when I'm doing this process, it's really important that you just kind of get into your heart center. I'm going to take you into that place, but it's our brain's job to figure out what's going on. So you might go into judgment. You might be like, am I feeling something? Am I supposed to be feeling something? What's happening? What is she doing? Da, da, da. You know how the mind works, right? Anytime we're doing that, we almost block the flow of the blessing to us. So the second you realize you're doing that, just take some deep breaths, maybe put your hand on your heart, just remind yourself to be here. And then the last thing I like to tell people is that I do yawn when I'm doing this. I'm not doing that on purpose. Thankfully, I've met other healers that do that, so I don't think I'm crazy. That's my signal that the energy is moving out of you, being released. Okay, so it gets a little weird. I try not to use that word anymore, but I have a little bit of weird. I'm psychology and science and neuroscience, and then there's the spirit and the woo, right? So we're gonna get into a little bit of the woo. We kind of got into some science, some psychology. Now we're stepping into the woo world. So just be open to the journey and know that, look, 100% of the people I work with, I've never had somebody tell me over the 10 years I've been doing this, they all say they feel lighter after they work with me. So I promise you'll get off this call and feel lighter, like maybe a weight has been lifted. And it takes 3 days for the energy to move fully through all of your chakras. So drink a lot of water, go get some really good sleep after this, and maybe meditate if you want, okay? So those are kind of my caveats to energy clearing. You may feel things if you're sensitive to energy while it's happening. You may not feel anything, so don't have expectations in life right now and in energy clearing. All right, so Josie says, I was gonna add 2 things: worry over providing for family, if this goes on, and I'm a people person and having withdrawal from human contact and friend contact. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I just said your name, but only one other person on here knows you, so don't worry about it. Sorry. Hopefully that was okay. But you were gonna add it publicly anyway, right? Maybe? Okay, good. All right. We're good then. yes, these are important things, right? Make sure you're having contact with people, even if it's not in person, but we will definitely clear the belief. I've been doing check-ins with friends, some friends that I just don't even really get to talk to that much, so that's been kind of nice. So just don't hesitate to reach out to people during this time. Okay, all right, let's get in. So let's go ahead and close your eyes. I always tell people, you know, you can watch me. I don't care if you watch me or not, but sometimes it's a lot of energy when there's eyes watching me. So it actually works better for me if you close your eyes. So if you want to peek and see what I'm doing, that's fine. I'm not telling you you can't look at what's going on, but it's just, it works better that way. So let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose, hold the breath, and then open your mouth and just let out a sigh. 2 more like that. Inhale and hold the breath in. Open the mouth, exhale. And last time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale and imagine golden light coming in through the crown of the head. And as it comes in through the crown, it starts to wash over your brain, your face, your eyes, nose, mouth. It starts to wash over the back of your neck, front of the neck, down the shoulders. And this is a really special golden light. It's almost like honey. It's really thick. And all of the stress, the tension, and the negativity that's being held in any of the cells of your body starts being collected by this light. And so it's washing down the front of your body, down your back. It's touching all of your organs, liver, stomach, kidneys, lungs, heart, pancreas, uterus, if you're a woman, on down the legs, out through the soles of the feet. And imagine all those thick black clouds of smoke, all the stress, the tension, the negativity getting released out through the soles of the feet, down into the earth. Don't worry, the earth knows what to do with that. So let's do this a couple more times. Inhale, we're going to imagine that golden light comes in through the crown. That honey light, it's thick, it's sticky, and all of our stress, tension, or negativity is being collected. It's being picked up as this light washes over every single cell of our body. And then as you exhale, thick black clouds of smoke out through the soles of the feet. Last time, inhale, golden light comes in through the crown, washes over every single cell. Hold your breath as you do this. Imagine it touching all your cells, and then exhale. That stress, tension, or negativity gets released. Good, so we're just going to call in everybody's angels and guides at this time, all those beings with our highest and best interest in mind, to be present and allow us to do this work today. We call in Archangel Michael for protection, Archangel Raphael for healing, and Archangel Gabriel for communication. So I'm being guided to just do an overall energy clearing at this moment. So just especially releasing some energy from your heart center. So just give me a moment here. I command a change of belief for everyone on this call that would like it and everyone listening into the future to release the vibration of fear and panic that may be residing in our bodies, minds, energies, subtle bodies, any of our bodies, to release that vibration and for our bodies, minds, spirits, energy bodies, subtle bodies, to know how to process those vibrations as they move through the collective consciousness, that we know how to, first we need to release it, cancel all that. I can't do a positive and a negative at the same time. So I command a change of belief for everyone on this call that would like it and listening into the future to release the vibration of fear and panic that's in our minds, bodies, spirits, energy fields at this time. Why to, how to, what will happen if you do release this? It's safe to, it's possible, you know how to live your daily life without it, and you know what it feels like to live without it. If you'd like this, just say yes. I command a change of belief for everyone on this call that would like it, that I need to, and those listening in the future, that I need to and I have to control things in order to feel safe. Why to, how to, hold on one second. It's safe to, it's possible, you know how to live your daily life without it, and you know what it feels like to live without it. If you'd like this, just say yes. I command a change of belief for everyone on this call listening and on the call that would like it, that the illusion of control and certainty, the illusion that I'm in control and that things in my life are certain, was how I felt safe. Why to, how to, what will happen if you do release this? It's safe to, it's possible, you know how to live your daily life without it, and you know what it feels like to live without it. If you'd like this, just say yes. Command a change of belief for everyone on this call that would like it, that I can learn to feel safe in uncertainty. I can learn to feel safe even when there is no control. And I can learn to feel safe inside myself, knowing that that's the part that never changes, the part that's within me. I can find my safety within, and it's getting easier and easier every day to find my own safety within myself through meditation and grounding myself and checking in. Why to, how to, what will happen if you do allow this? It's safe to, it's possible, you know how to live your daily life with it, and you know what it feels like to live with it. If you'd like this, just say yes. I command a change of belief for everyone on this call and those listening in the future that would like it, that I get stuck in second guessing myself and in indecision. And I struggle to make time for myself and to put myself first because I don't feel that I deserve that. I feel that I'm unworthy of putting myself first. I feel not good enough to be put first. And therefore, it's hard to make promises to myself. Why to, how to, what will happen if you do release this? It's safe to, it's possible, you know how to live your daily life without it, and you know what it feels like to live without it. If you'd like this, just say yes. was heavy, so I feel like all y'all had a little bit of that. So I'm glad we got that out of the way. Phew. Let's take a nice big inhale. Open the mouth, exhale. Command a change of belief for everyone on this call that's listening in the future and now that would like it. I'm struggling to get out of worry around providing for my family if this continues to go on. And therefore tapping into a lack mentality or a lack vibration that I won't have, and I will be unable to have enough into the future. Why to, how to, what will happen if you do release this? It's safe to, it's possible, you know how to live your daily life without it, and you know what it feels like to live without it. If you'd like this, just say yes. I command a change of belief for everyone on this call listening in the future or now that would like it, that I'm worried about going through withdrawal or depression from being unable to have human contact and friend contact, and that I will have this righteousness or this shaming of people that aren't handling this situation the same way that I am, or the way that I think that people should handle this situation. And that I will put other people down and judge them and judge myself if I do something out of a fear reaction. Why to, how to, what will happen if you do release this? It's safe to, it's possible. You know how to live your daily life without it, and you know what it feels like to live without it. If you'd like this, just say yes. I command a change of belief for everyone on this call that would like it, that my go-to is to future trip and worry about the future and what's going to happen. And also to have I have all these expectations of how long this is going to be, and that maybe it'll only be this short amount of time. And then if it's longer, I just have all these expectations about how things should be instead of how they are. Why to, how to, what will happen if you do release this? It's safe to, it's possible. You know how to live your daily life without it, and you know what it feels like to live without it. If you'd like this, just say yes. Lastly, I command a change of belief for everyone on this call, listening now and into the future, that would like it, that I know I understand how to have and will have the continued endurance to handle whatever situation comes up throughout this experience at this time, that I'm tapped into an abundance consciousness that says that no matter what happens, I will be well taken care of, that my community will come together, that everything will be taken care of beyond my imagination, that I know what it feels like to live in uncertainty and lack of control, and yet feel safe in that, and feel safe not knowing even what's going to happen next, because I never really have known what's going to happen next. And yet I've always been okay. And that uncertainty and the unknown is safe. It's actually okay, and that it's safe to be in the present moment. And I know how to bring myself back into the present moment. Even when I go astray, I can bring myself back. And I know, and I trust myself, and I'm learning to trust myself, that in the present moment is actually where I am the safest and where all my power lies. When I'm in the present moment, I can get clear intuition of what I need to do next, and that all the right answers come to me when I need them to come, that the information comes when I need it, right at the right time. And that I'm learning to love myself deeply through this process, and to be gentle on myself, and to understand that I am going to go through emotions, and that I'm not going to be perfect. And sometimes I might yell at somebody or react in a way that I don't like, but then I will remember what I did and remember my truth and come back to my center and ground myself, and again find my present moment where my power is. And I'm going to keep making powerful decisions that lead me in the direction, and that lead me in helping others and helping my family and myself. And that those answers come, like I said, with right when I need them. Everything that I need to know is coming right when I need it, and everything that I need is being provided for me continuously. And I'm learning how to rise above the vibration of the planet that's happening right now, and that's easy to do, that I can do it that fast. Why to, how to, will happen if you do allow all of this. It's safe to, it's possible, you know how to live your daily life with it, and you know what it feels like to live with it. If you'd like this, just say yes. Good, take a nice big inhale, stretch the arms over the head. Keep the eyes closed, really stretch. And then just shake your arms. Shake all that energy, that old energy out, that new energy settling in. And slowly start to open your eyes and come back into your space. So really, just the final message here is that, again, whatever vibration we're putting out, we're attracting back. So your job here is to stay really grounded, to get into your body, to meditate, to ground yourself, to be as present as possible. When you have to go out into the world, or if you have to watch something on the news, to make sure you do something after that to kind of cleanse your body, shake it out, move, whatever you need. And know that I am here if you need any support through this time. I am offering some yoga classes. And I just wanted to share one last thing with you that kind of came through today. It's been on my heart for a while. I've actually recorded some other things for this. A while ago, I gave them to a client who actually found out she had thyroid cancer and had to go have surgery within a few weeks' time. And she said these meditations really helped her, and they're for healing the physical body. But what I really kind of wanted to come up with was a little kind of energy package for you. So for those of you that are interested, absolutely no pressure whatsoever. It's called the 21 Days of Healing. It's a little program I've created. And every day you'll get a video with some sort of message and energy clearing. For that day, it'll be like a 5 to 10 minute video. I say that now, but I always go over time. So go figure. It might end up being an hour by the time I'm done. And you'll get my 8-week Kundalini for your chakras course. Those meditations I mentioned for healing, there's going to be probably about 10 meditations in total. A rebirthing Kundalini class, a self-love Kundalini class, All of that is worth whatever it's worth, but well over $600, but tonight it's just $97. So if you want that, just send me an email. I'll make sure, I don't know how to let anybody know that I have my email here, but if you want that, or this recording tonight will also be available. So you could listen to this again if you need any support. Just make sure you email me. I will. Does everybody have my email? I think everybody has my email. I think most of you do. Most of you probably emailed me, or you found me on Facebook. So if you want any of that information, like I said, it's a special tonight. And oh, and then I forgot to mention, so that's just for that part. If you want to add in, I'm going to be doing 4 more of these energy clearings every Thursday for the next Thursdays, next 4 Thursdays at this time. Those are $25 in the future. And so if you want any of those, we can include that as like a little bundle too. So all of that's available for you, just to kind of keep us, again, high vibe and keep us going. So I just really am grateful that all of you hopped on here tonight and took out time out of your day to be with me. I hope that you all got something from this. Yeah, if you want to let me know. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, if you want to let me know anything, if any insights came, I love hearing that kind of stuff. Hopefully you feel lighter. Does everybody feel lighter? Don't tell me unless it's true. I don't need you boosting my ego unless it's real. And then I still don't need you to boost my ego. Awesome, everybody. Well, thank you so much for being here. Hi, Hope. We even had a little baby healer with us tonight too. Hope is a little magical being. Yes. Oh, awesome. I'm seeing some comments. Yay, I feel lighter. Oh, thank goodness. That's all I wanted. That was my intention for tonight, was just that you guys felt lighter. So again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. Oh, yes, I'm getting some, yes, you should do a global dance party. I think so too. Wait for it, it's coming. I've been having so much fun dancing it out. I can't even tell you. So we're gonna do that. I'll just make sure that you're all there. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Please reach out. Don't stay and suffer alone. Reach out. I have a Women Rising Facebook group. If you're not a part of it, hop on there. I'm going to be going in there, giving some free coaching in there as well. So just make sure that you're reaching out when you need support. Don't suffer alone, okay? Just reach out. Sometimes all it takes is just letting somebody know how you feel. And then it's like, whew, you unburden yourself and you feel so much better, right? So blessings to all of you, and just stay high vibe out there. Remember, it's your responsibility to do that, okay? For all of us, we all need you. Seriously. I need you. Mwah! Bye, everybody. Keep it light.